Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. We are at a very rainy and gloomy, empty Eglinton station. It is Friday the 17th of July and we have yet another round of bus changes. This time up here in the northern suburbs, we have, far northern suburbs we have route 491 finally going closer to its final alignment. It's actually still not the very final one, but it's no longer going to be going down that Cinnabar Drive. There's absolutely no stops. Also, the new Woolworths opened up, which is pretty cool. Finally. Yeah, because right now it's such an odd route. It leaves the station, there's one stop over there, just outside, and then it goes basically express, like so far, all the way to Heath Avenue. It does not stop at all on Cinnabar Drive, which when the route started, and I filmed it with the Yanchep extension, and I'm pretty sure I did it the other way, so it's good that I'm going to film it from Eglinton now. It actually, it has no stops. And I was like, why is there no stops? This is so odd. But then I realized that's the temporary alignment because they were waiting for Eglinton to expand further north, which it has now, and it's finally going to go on the new alignment from Sunday. So we're going to ride it. Right now it's 5 minutes to the time stop, which is after the express section on Heath Avenue, which is the only time stop in between. Somehow 20 minutes all the way to Alchemist, but yeah, now it's going to have several more stops because it's going to go basically straight into the suburb instead of going down. So we have to check that out. And there's also a tiny change with the 496 in Yanchep, which I guess I'll quickly do at the end of the video. But we'll just ride this one from the front through the section being closed. I've already got the other direction filmed in the original Yanchep bus, new bus routes video. C series 132 right there. We have so many C's around now. And also, it's actually exactly 2 years basically since then. Two days ago was 2 years since all the routes were introduced. So basically exactly 2 years later, 491 going closer to its final alignment. I can show you on the map as well, but yeah, and then we'll film it that way. I've already filmed it the other way in that video, which I will link, but let me just show you on the map. Alright, so here we are. This is the map. This one actually doesn't have the temporary sections marked on it, even though the timetables do, and that's Cinnabar Drive. There's absolutely no stops. So why is there a square here? That is not how it works. What? So it leaves the station, there's a stop there, and then the next stop is all the way there. But now it's going to go in here, and somehow they already have these roads in here though. And the 496 is just going to go one extra roundabout to get closer to these houses, but that roundabout's somehow not on the map. But yeah, so it's a minor change. There's still this whole area which has absolutely no buses, which is crazy. But anyway, here's our bus coming now. 2951. On the 491 service, which used to be Butler to Yanchep at that 496 terminus actually, but now it's here. right, there we are. Completely empty, of course, as always. Such a crazy long section with no stops all the way from when it leaves to here. I pressed the bell as soon as we went past. So funny. We literally go past the new Woolworths as well. No stops. And here we are. That's the bus stop here. They've actually already put up the new bus directional signs as well, which is good, and probably the new stops, but I won't go there right now. It's raining. We'll see them when we ride it on Monday, I guess. Here's the other side. It just says to Eglinton Station, no via description, so I guess they don't have to change it, but they do have to change this. Now in this direction is actually 2 stops, and that stop there is the only stop which is no longer going to be served by the 491, but it will still be served by the 492. So actually, as a result of this change, absolutely no stops are going to be removed, which almost never happens, but that's because they pre-planned this so far ahead that when they made the 491 in the first place, they put no stops on Cinnabar Drive, which makes perfect sense, and hence now there's no one going to be complaining because there's no stops to complain about. Unless it was after 7 p.m. and you said, can I get off on Cinnabar Drive? Which in that case, he should have let you, but obviously not many people doing that. So let's just go onto Cinnabar Drive now and film some buses going past. Hopefully the rain calms down a bit, but... Alright, here we are, standing at the second roundabout. My brother's actually just up there filming it go past as well. Usually have 2 people for this kind of things. So we got that shot. Rain is absolutely terrible right now. But it's coming in, up Cinnabar Drive. Never going to be seen here again. I mean, there's probably going to be a lot of drivers making mistakes, but other than that, freaking pole in the way, man. 3271 on the 491 service. No stops we have to cover, so that's easy. Alright, and now the other direction one should be coming shortly, and we'll go further down the road for that. Alright, we're at Marmion Avenue, just across from the brand new Woolies. I've already accepted that I'm going to be a wet rat now, but that's okay. I'm already completely soaked, so I don't care anymore. And we have 2 buses in a row. 492 departing empty. Such a crazy useless service just out Marmion Avenue, empty. Okay, there's 1 passenger, but really should go a bit more on the other side of the Marmion Avenue, as the 491 does, which is right behind 3276, 3241 on the front. Here is the 491 turning right onto Cinnabar Drive in front of the Woolies, which is not going to happen anymore. And also going to lose the stop right outside the Woolies there. And there it goes down the road. We will have another shot of it further down at the next roundabout. Oh, there you go. Well, that's the best I could do. I am completely soaked, so wonderful. But yeah. How is there so much bus action here? We have 2951, I think, again, and also in this bus, 3271. Oh, that's the one that did 491 before, didn't it? So many buses here. All right, I am going into the Woolies now, completely wet. And now it's time to go check out the 496 as well. Obviously, there'll be no 491 here in Marmion Avenue anymore, but we still have 492. so it's not that important to film that. Alright, and here we are at the roundabout where the bus currently U-turns. I just got off one and it's about to go past. Here it is, 21:58 on the 496 service, doing the U-turn at the Parkland Drive roundabout. This won't be seen anymore. It's gonna go to the next roundabout. Off it goes. And that's basically the only change. I didn't know that 496 is hourly in the middle of the day now. Actually, I do remember when they changed that, but I forgot about it. Absolutely terrible. So that's why I have to sprint right now, because we need to get on the one back in the other direction. Otherwise, I'm stuck here for an hour. So I had to film the same one I was on. And this is honestly such a ridiculous change. Like, there's this whole suburb here, right? And they all have to walk down to this Yanchep Beach Road just to get on the bus. Like, why can it not just go into the suburb? And now, because it's been expanding over to the east, they're like, oh, we should make it go one stop further. And just another stupid U-turn further down, just making this U-turn section even longer. Now obviously that was the old terminus of the 491 before, and now it's going slightly further, but it's actually barely anything. It's actually really, really short. Like, that's the current U-turn roundabout, and that's the new one. Literally right there, like, bruh. That's like 200 meters. And there's the new U-turn sign. It's probably one of the previous one they removed. And there's the new stop. It's now on the other side of the road, which is so bad. So bad. Well, unless you're trying to serve those new houses, but mainly it's for those new houses. And now they always have to cross the road to get on the bus. And also, there's absolutely no facility at this bus stop. It doesn't even have a bay. It doesn't even have a walkway. It doesn't even have a shelter. Nothing. So when I come back here on Monday, I'm not going to get off because we've already got off now and we can see the surrounds. I think that's actually a new roundabout, isn't it? Yeah, that's why it's not on the map at Eglinton station. It's a brand new roundabout where they've retained a big tree in the middle. But it just doesn't make sense. Like, how can you make such a terrible bus stop, honestly? Look how bad this is. Like, just go in there. But, I mean, whatever, but just for this one extra stop to have a new bus stop in the mulch. On Monday, I'm just gonna get on the bus and just ride it through and film the U-turn from the, I mean, actually I kind of want to film it from the outside as well, but that's okay. I guess we'll do the same thing, but still. In fact, I'll just put it later in this video because it's pretty short anyway. Stop number 29805, and that's the new terrible stop. And the new highest numbered stop as well, all the way up here in Yanchep. And also, they've actually put another new stop on the opposite side of the current terminus. Okay, well, there's actually someone who also got off the bus walking all the way up here. So I guess they would use it, but like, it's really not that far. But yeah, they put another stop there. So now there's a stop on both sides of the road, which if you just walk down and you just miss it, you can now go to the other side and get on like a minute later. But that one actually does have a bus bay, but it's still pretty terrible. And yeah, let's just take a look at that, and then that'll be it for the before changes. What are these gaps in the path? Well, because I ran up here, it seemed like it wasn't that far, but honestly it actually is pretty far. So There's the stop all the way down there. It's like halfway between these two roundabouts. Anyway, so. And also, sorry, I was mistaken. There is not a bus pull-in bay. It's just another terrible stop. There is, in fact, just a massive puddle right now, and people are standing there getting splashed by cars. The puddle is so big that I thought it was a bus pull-in bay. But yeah, I didn't actually realize it was that far, halfway between these two roundabouts. Like, running up here to get the shot completely changed my perception. But yeah, it actually is quite a way. So I guess it's mildly useful, but this is like one of the most minor changes they've ever done. Like, just this one tiny little section. And the even funnier thing is, if drivers don't know about it or they forget about it, which they probably will, the people waiting at the new stop, if there is anyone, are literally going to see the bus. They're going to see the bus right in front of them, and it's going to U-turn at this roundabout, and then they're going to be like, damn it, I wanted to get on. And it's just so sad. And I guarantee you it's going to happen a few times, so. Oh my gosh. Well, I guess that's a fun game. Look at those people. Jesus Christ. That's how big the puddle is. Well, they better do something about that, because what the hell if that puddle is like that when that is actually a real bus stop. And there's the cone on the roof on the current bus stop. Crazy. Well, here we are at the current bus stop. They've actually taken off the timetable. And has the back been changed? No. Alright, they haven't changed it yet. But over there is the absolutely crazy, absolute pool bus stop. Worst bus stop I've ever seen. Oh my gosh. What the hell, bro? What is this? Oh my god. What is this bus stop placement? Oh my god. That is such evidence of how bad it is. The fact that there's these kids doing this. Oh my god, the bus stop's getting soaked. Bro, that, like, what the hell is that, bro? Imagine the bus stopping there and just off into the puddle. Oh, that's disgusting. Nah. Oh my god. Oh well, we're just gonna wait back for the Eglinton bound bus, and then we'll be back here on Monday. And if it's a rainy day, oh boy, I'm gonna specifically press the bell to get off at that stop if it's like this, and then we're gonna see what the driver says. Alright, I just realized the audio for like the last half of the video has been absolutely terrible because of the rain, and I greatly apologize. I hope I can get my phone fixed. But we're gonna finish the before section of the video by doing this U-turn on the bus stop, and then going past those kids one more time. Actually, we should be on the left. Well, first we'll do the U-turn. Here we are. Last time I'll do this, unless the driver makes a mistake. And now let's see how the kids go with the bus. He's definitely not gonna go in the water, but are they telling him to go in? Yeah. Nah. Oh well, that's all the before changes. Sorry about the audio. Now we're gonna go to the after changes, and hopefully the audio is fixed from Monday, which after I will have already been on the Australian. Alright guys, it is now Monday the 16th, not 6, what am I saying, 20th of July. Just yesterday I took the Australian and stuff when the new services started, and now we're back up here. It's just about to hit 12 p.m. I actually had a very terrible start to this all because I do have to go to uni very soon, and I was planning to spend the whole morning doing this. Somehow ended up waking up way too late, and as a result I decided I would drive to Currambine to at least save a little bit of time. I missed the train there. The next one was 10 minutes late, so the wait was 25 minutes. So I said I wouldn't do that, and I drove to Alkimos, and I thought I might just get on the 491 from there, and then I still got there too late, and I just saw the bus leaving as I got there, and then I was like, oh well, I'll just drive to the next stop, so we're just gonna get on here on Marmion Avenue, which the bus is coming right now. So At least we can finally do it. Alright, we made it to Yanchep station on the 496. There was actually a perfect connection from the 491 to the 496. I mean, it was supposed to be 3 minutes before this one left, but obviously it came early and I got on. So actually, I'm honestly quite surprised at the amount of people using these bus services right now. Look at all these people. They all came off the 496. So the 491 had about 6 passengers in it, which is pretty good. including a family that got on in the new section. And the new section is very nice. It makes the route much more like proper instead of having that long express section. And I'm glad the drivers all seem to know what they're doing. They all seem to know where to go very well. So that's very good. And yeah, 491 is a much more established route now. And then 496 actually had like 15 to actually 20 passengers in it. It's pretty insane. It was actually so well used. I'm really surprised at this, because usually the routes in Yanchep are very poorly used. But I guess that's because I'm usually looking at it in peak hour or in the evening, and in peak hour the frequency is just so high that each bus has barely anyone on it. But right now, especially since they made the 496 hourly, I guess it's taking up double the amount of people to when it was half hourly. So yeah, that's good. He left Nis now though, which is really stupid, because in the past, of course, before the changes, they used to continue as 498 to Turox in the middle of the day, which the 498 was literally waiting here just as we pulled in, but it left like 10 seconds before. So it was absolutely terrible, because if anyone was actually wanting to go to Turox, like in the past, you would have been able to if you were at Yanchep shops and wanted to go up, obviously in the 490. That's why it used to continue. Now you would have just missed it and you have to wait half an hour or whatever it is. But here we are. They've changed the map. It's actually shown as a temporary section still, both roundabouts, because I guess eventually it will go all the way up and through there. But for the moment it's just doing that. Otherwise it doesn't seem like there's any other temporary sections on any of these routes, which is cool. I could have sworn this was temporary though, like that it will go further one day. I don't know. Yep, so very well used, except that 498 connection was kind of bad. No one used the new roundabout stop though. There were like 5 people here, including people running across the road to get on, and I was like, why are you running? You don't have to run. There's actually stuff on the other side now. You don't even have to worry about it. You have like 2 whole minutes, and that's the time stop there as well still. But yeah, they're gonna learn. It's only the first day anyway, in the middle of the day. So yeah, glad to film another round of bus changes. Hopefully we don't have too many more coming up, because I've been filming them quite a lot recently with 2 different rounds of changes. Next one's hopefully for the start of the next school term, so I don't have to worry about it for a bit. Yep, just gonna get the train now, and now I have to get down to Curtin Uni in an hour and 20 minutes. I don't think that's possible. Plus I still have to move my car because I parked it on the side of Marmion Avenue. So actually I guess I'll be late for the first day, but rip, nothing I can do about that. And they're actually using all 3 platforms right now as well. I didn't know they do that. When they bring in the extra afternoon peak services. I don't think I've ever been here this time. On a weekday, I mean.